Namaste everyone. My name is Vinay. I am a yoga sadhaka at the Yoga Institute in Santa Cruz, Mumbai. Today we are here to celebrate 25 years of our first international yoga branch, which is in Hong Kong, whose founders are Ramesh Ahuja ji and Sangeeta Ahuja ji. Heartiest congratulations to them. For that celebration today, we have somebody very special today whom we are going to have a conversation with. On our panel today is Miss Kamlesh Barwal ji. Kamlesh Barwal ji is a director at Shri Shri School of Yoga University, College of Business Studies. She is a very highly recognized and noted yoga teacher, associate with the Art of Living Foundation since the past 20 years. Kamlesh ji has been a key member of the Quality Council of India, Committee for Yoga Experts. Kamlesh ji has been bestowed with the coveted Vishalakshi Award for her contribution to the field of yoga. Namaste Kamlesh ji, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's such an honor and a privilege to have you with us.
Thank you. Namaste everyone. I would like to begin by congratulating Shri Ramesh Ahuja ji and Sangeeta Ahuja ji, founder of Live Management Yoga Center, for having become the first international branch of the Yoga Institute that completed 25 years of service in yoga. And I'm so happy to be part of the celebration. Thank you for having me here.
My first question to you is how effective is yoga and yoga psychology in terms of enhancing mental wellness?
We have all at some point of time in our life gone through certain phases of, say, hopelessness and negativity. At the same time, now in the post-pandemic world, the occurrence of mental health issues, including depression, aggression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, is on a huge rise in the world. And in such times, no amount of psychotherapy, mood making, or any external distraction seem to help us spring out of it completely. Similarly, medications like antidepressants also seem to help only in the beginning, but eventually make us more dependent, rather than freeing us of such problems. Without a proper understanding of one's own mind and its doings, and also without a connection with one's own self, it's almost impossible to enhance mental well-being or mental wellness. So this is where yoga plays a very important role. The Yoga Sutras of Maharishi Patanjali talks about a very well-defined and step-by-step approach to first identifying, then understanding, and then managing the various mental conditions. Similarly, the foremost treatises in the yogic literature, the Bhagavad Gita, it also discusses in depth the various methods of working with the mind. Starting from Arjuna's depression, the scripture takes us one after another on this pathway from depression to ultimate freedom. My master, Pujya Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, says that when you find life is meaningless and a sense of emptiness dawns on you, in such situations, it can either take us down towards depression, or the same situation can become a vehicle for us to rise to a higher consciousness. A united mind is joy, while a dissipated mind is misery. And yoga means to unite.
Well, then, are we saying that practicing yoga and yoga philosophy helps in alleviating mental disorders like depression, anxiety, OCD, and others?
Of course. Happiness does not come by a talent or a mood making. Unless we realize who I am and what is the nature of this consciousness, happiness and peace remains a very far-fetched reality for us. It becomes an outcome of certain pleasant event, and it never becomes a sustained state of being. So, the spirit of self inquiry is absolutely essential in the quest for happiness. While all our life, we try to fix things in our outer world, and very few times within us during this whole pursuit of happiness in our life. Seldom do we realize that the real source of joy lies somewhere deep within us, as us, takes us to this calm, peaceful, happy center where we can witness and observe the obstacles that stand between us and our, best self. When it comes to understanding the mind, the ancient seers and masters in India had a very elaborate framework to make sense of the subtle world, which in today's world now is being validated by modern science as well. There are hundreds of studies that validate the benefits of various yoga practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Asana, Pranayama, Sahasamadhi meditation on alleviating depression, anxiety disorders, or OCD.
Thank you so much, Kamlesh for that perspective. Well, we all know that in modern science supports the fact that yoga keeps the body healthy, it calms the mind, and it soothes our soul. It is indeed very holistic. What is that we can do to inculcate and make people imbibe yoga as their lifestyle?
Yes, yoga is union of body, mind, and spirit. Yoga is a harmony at all levels of our existence. Yoga is maintaining equanimity within and also gaining that much needed skill to be able to lead a meaningful and fulfilling life. Today, we can very happily say that 1/3 of world population is already practicing yoga. And those who have found peace within, they can't but, radiate it. So I don't think we need to make yoga attractive. It's the other way around. Yoga makes us attractive. So what we need probably more today is to be able to maintain the purity and authenticity of the knowledge and practice of yoga, even while adapting to this changing world and its requirements and needs.
That's very interesting. Well, how can yoga help in reducing negative emotions? Can you please throw some light on this particular aspect?
Yes, yoga can definitely reduce negative emotions. There is mounting evidence to suggest that yoga practices like Sudarshan Kriya can be beneficial adjunct to the treatment of stress, anxiety, PTSD, depression. Also, yoga leads to decreased blood cortisol levels, so thereby reducing stress. There are various studies that show that the secretion of feel-good hormones or happy hormones like endorphins, dopamine, serotonin or oxytocin, all of this increases with regular practice of yoga, thereby reducing negative thoughts and emotions in us and making us happier and joyful. A study conducted recently also showed that, everyday blues could be reduced by 1/3 with just a few days of yoga practice. So yes, yoga reduces negative emotions.
So that's really such an encouraging thought to know that. They say yoga helps you control your mind and your emotions. Is that true?
The quality of our life depends on the state of our mind. Some days even small things can irritate us. The other days even big things, they just pass by and we remain unaffected, unchanged, untouched. The same situation can be life-threatening for someone, while the same situation is a cakewalk for some other person. So if there's some way by which we can influence our state of mind, then we can change the quality of our life. So the practice of yoga, both at the physical and at the mental, emotional, and spiritual level, brings this impact into our life. A person who is unwell feels the impact of sickness, not just at the level of the body, but also on the mind and emotions. Same way, if you are healthy and enthusiastic, the effect can be seen both ways. So it's all linked up. The state of body, breath, and the state of our mind and emotions, they are all interlinked. One cannot handle mind at the level of the mind. That is why yoga teaches us to use breath as a tool to calm the mind. Knowledge of pranayama is really like this manual for living a better life. For us to move towards stability of mind, we must know the very basic principles of prana, the life force energy. So when our prana keeps fluctuating, our mind also goes up and down through the roller coaster of emotions. And as prana stabilizes and rises in the body, we start to also become happier, creative, and we tend to have more command of our mind and emotions. It's like, when you throw say a pebble into a small pond, it causes huge ripples and disturbances. But when you throw even a big rock into an ocean, it cannot cause any disturbance. So regular practice of pranayama will help us raise our awareness, and this awareness keeps us rooted in the present moment. And a mind that is rooted in the present moment is the biggest gift that we can ask for in our life. So with yoga, we gain complete mastery and control over our mind and emotions, just like an ocean that does not get easily perturbed.
That's excellent. Just such a light on the wholesome aspect of yoga. My next question to you would be, it is understood that yoga helps us appreciate ourselves. In fact, by starting accepting yourself, who we are, and move forward, yoga helps us become a better person. Can you throw some light on the mindfulness aspect of yoga?
Once there was a beggar who spent all his life asking for alms, sitting outside a temple. After his death, when people cleared up the place where he sat, they found a pot just a few feet deep into the earth. This is how we spend our life, looking for accolades and appreciation outside, not knowing who we truly are. It's mostly, after one dies that others say, oh, he was a nice man, kitna acha aadmi tha. So it's like others digging up the wealth after we are gone. Yoga helps us to know ourselves better. Yoga is like digging up the pot of wealth while we are alive. When you know that you are sitting on a pot of wealth, how would you spend your life? No matter what people say or think about you, you will just sit and smile and, knowing that you don't know who I am, isn't it? So the calmness that yoga brings will make us mindful every moment. Then our every action is an outcome of active acceptance of people and situation around us, and not an impulsive reaction to things. This improves our overall quality of life.
Thank you so much, Kamlesh ji. Lastly, it is understood that yoga is a journey of improvement at all levels, physical, mental, spiritual. Can you please elaborate a little on this one?
Yes. Yoga is a science to determine the nature of who we truly are and who we potentially can be. It is the path to realizing your true nature. When we are not just free from physical ailments, but also from all our traumas, our fears and confusion, then oneness arises in us. And we realize the whole world starts to become our own, like we say, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Gurudev says life is a combination of happiness and pain, even though pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And today we are going through tough times, but turning inwards with yoga, we can find the much needed strength and resilience to not just make our own lives better, but also impact others.
Thank you so much, Kamlesh ji. It has been an honor and a privilege to have you with us on behalf of our Pujama Hansa ji and our Hong Kong branch Life Management Yoga Center, Shri Ramesh ji and Sangeeta Ahuja ji. Congratulations to them on completing the 25 years. And here's to many more years of yoga service to all the community. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching us. Wish you all the very best. God bless.
Thank you so much. I congratulate all of you one more time. It has been a privilege and honor to join all of you. And I'm grateful to Pujya Ma Hansa ji for having given me this opportunity. Thank you, Ma. Namaste.
देखो रम पम पम आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो, कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंस और हंसाया करो। उठे सबके कदम देखो रम पम पम आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो,
कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंसो और हंसाया करो। वो प्यारे दिन और वो प्यारी रातें याद हम है मुलाकातें।
नहीं कोई गम मुझे नहीं है गिला, जिंदगी की राह में मिला है जब से तू मुझे रे हमदम। शबनम हम है और तुम शोला बन जाया करो,
कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंसो और हंसाया करो।
उठी सबके कदम देखो रम पम पम आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो, कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंस और हंसाया करो। तो जाने कहाँ ढंग गया है,
किसे है फिक्र किसे क्या पसंद, प्यार के जहां में रजामंद जब हम तुम
हम बन गए हैं सनम बेधड़क मेरे घर आया करो, कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंस और हंसाया करो।
उठे सबके कदम देखो रम पम पम अजी ऐसे गीत गाया करो,
कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंस और हंसाया करो। उठे सबके कदम देखो रम पम पम अजी ऐसे गीत गाया करो,
कभी खुशी कभी गम तारा रम पम पम हंसो और हंसाया करो।
Namaskar. Sangeeta Ahuja and Ramesh Ahuja have worked so consistently since last 25 years to see that right type of knowledge goes ahead in the world. And in Hong Kong, they are doing a fantastic job. Now, to remain healthy, yoga says that you have to take care of these 4 pillars. Ahar, that is food. Vihar, that is rest, recreation and sleep. And the activities. Achar, your management with yourself, your routines and your behavior with others. And vichar, the way in which you are thinking. Today, we are going to go a little bit more into the detail of vihar. Vihar word itself says walking. Person should be walking all the time. The way in which our body is structured, we should be walking. So see to it that during day, we at least walk 10,000 steps or more. We should be active in walking. Second, our activities, asanas and such things should be done before food, and after food we should learn to relax a bit, like eating and putting few steps around and relaxing, looking at nature, looking at flowers, birds, animals and so on, and totally being with the contact with nature. Then comes another step, which is recreational activities. How we should do something different so that our emotions are channelized and are expressed well. Otherwise, during day, we don't bother about our emotions. You like or don't like, but you have to work, so you have to work and you work. But here, your emotions need channelization. So some hobbies, some activities are required. Tradition, these 3 words are used. Sahitya, Sangeet and Kala. Read some good literature. Think about it, write on your own. Music. Music is there in nature, within us and everywhere, in cosmos. So we should always be in touch with music, learn music, sing, dance, have some rhythm. And third is some art. It could be drawing, painting, knitting, kneading, cooking, any art. So these things should be there in everyone's life, and everyone should spend at least 1 hour on these activities than your routine activities. Yogic Vihar releases suppressed emotions. It boosts your happiness, increases your positivity, reduces stress and refuels your mind with more energy. 1 hour devoted to Vihar rejuvenates your body and mind with tremendous amount of energy. This helps you to unwind your daily routine and focus on yourself. And this is what brings you joy. Engaging in such activities which I mentioned right now stimulates the level of endorphin and apomorphin hormones, which are known as chemicals for well-being. Good sleep is a must and is a part of relaxation, which helps in maintaining and balancing the emotional state of a person. It calms the overactive nervous system and the body heals during the sleep time. During the sleep time, unwanted things from the body are thrown out and what is required is stored. Body's balance arises. So good sleep is a must. All repair work takes place during sleep. So person should be sleeping well. So in Vihar, we talk about all these things, follow these things in life, and you will notice a great change in your personality, mentally as well as physically. Take care. Namaskar.